Okay, everybody. Let me know when you guys can hear me okay, and we will get started. Can you hear me? Okay, cool. All right, excellent. Welcome. I hope everybody's doing well. It is Friday already. This freaking week just went by very, very fast. It's crazy. I'd left these in here. This was my beard today kind of went crazy, so I just I threw a couple of rubber bands in here and was like, well, that's how I'm going to leave it. It was easier. So anyway, we're going to be talking about shortages coming to a town near you soon. Okay, so we're going to talk about a few things that way. Got a couple other things to talk about as well. But before we get started, I want to remind everybody, if we have any interruptions with the stream, that I will get right back on as soon as I possibly can. So just be patient and I'll get right back on. You may not get a notification, so you may have to just come back to the channel. Okay. The second thing I like to remind everybody is, remember, this is a very family-friendly oriented channel, so no racism, no nastiness. It's not going to be tolerated on the channel. If you do, those awesome people that you see, lit up in blue are going to be booting you out of here, okay? Because we're just not going to tolerate it. So anyway, also, if you have questions, all cap lock, so it kind of stands out for me. Makes it easier for me when I'm looking and I see the bigger. It just makes it better, okay? All right, so let us get into this. There's a direct correlation. I'm going to talk about two different things here, but they're directly tied together, okay? We're going to talk about distribution shortages, why they will happen. I believe they will happen. I think this fall and winter are going to be very, very tough. And I think we're in for some very tumultuous times moving forward. And I'm going to talk about a couple of things and basically share this with you, what my thoughts are on this. And going with some information that are facts. And, then I got some other stuff I want to talk about as well, like the spending bill, and on all that type of stuff that was approved by the House, which they knew would never be approved. So we're going to talk about that as well. All right. So as we're heading into a second wave this fall, how will it affect basically food distribution or anything else realistically? But we're going to kind of focus on food a little bit, okay? I want to talk about really quickly, and I thought this was fascinating. I found this article, and any of my Canadian subscribers will know exactly what I'm talking about. So when there was an issue with the meat packing plants in Canada, it was up in the Alberta facilities. 3 of the facilities were shut down temporarily, okay? And what ended up happening was that affected 75% of the Canadian beef supply going offline. 75%, because they were all concentrated in one area of Alberta. So there's one of those reasons why you don't put all of your eggs in one basket. But it affected, because of a temporary shutdown, 75% of the beef that was distributed throughout the country. That's pretty significant, okay? And it was all due to COVID, obviously. That was the reason that they were shut down, because they had to spike in the numbers of people sick. Now, we had that issue going on here in the United States, too, for a little while. And basically, the president said, we need to keep those meat packing plants open because of the amount of people, packing up the meat all over. Now, I don't know if you guys have noticed, too, the price of meat has definitely skyrocketed, much, much more expensive than it used to be, okay, since the start of this whole situation. But here's the problem, okay, and so we're going to talk about this, and this is where the COVID is related with this. Right now, our daily average in the United States is about 42,785 new cases per day in the United States. But that's about 500 more than as of September 1st, okay? So that's where we're at right now. We're from September 1st to now, we're up over 500 new cases per day. And that's more than double the same time June 1st. So again, we had the lull. We talked about the lull over the summer. Never went away. In the South, you saw an increase of cases in the South. But right now, it's starting to go up again. 23 states are reporting more new cases than the previous week. That's as of right now. So, or 25 of the states in the United States are reporting increased cases than the week previous. So that's something to be paying people, guys. You need to be paying attention to that, because it's like that is something that can directly affect us. Okay. Also, and I want you to think about this. Let's say, okay, this is something else that's going to affect distribution of goods. I own a trucking company, and with all the nonsense going on in Portland, am I going to say, hey, I'm going to send my guys in there, in their trucks, to possibly be jumped on, beat up, the load hijacked, or whatever the case may be? UPS doesn't matter. Federal Express, any of those companies, they're not going to want to send their people into those cities where you have a lot of unrest going on, because it's just, first of all, it's not safe. That is going to absolutely affect the distribution of goods in those cities. You're going to have a shortage of stuff because people are not going to want. I wouldn't, if I was a truck driver, there's no way. I don't care what you paid me. I'm not driving into a city where they're rioting every day. Is there truth to the president and his wife having COVID? Rumors has it it's fake news. No, it's not fake news. The president does have COVID. He was actually just transported to Walter Reed Medical Facility for some experimental treatment. So, no, it's not fake news. The president does have COVID, and so does the First Lady. And I did a video earlier today discussing my disgust at the reaction of so many people negatively, saying that they wish that he would die and all those type of things. Just sickening that people's minds would be in that place. Listen, if you don't like somebody, that's fine. You don't have to like somebody. But the bottom line is that's still the president of the United States. So for you to wish him death because he has the disease that's going out throughout the country, that's just, to me, that's disgusting and it's sickening. And people are just very, very, they're sad. They're very pathetic, in my opinion, that they would react that way. I mean, even Biden said this is not a political thing. This is a human thing, which I respect that. I do. Okay. He said the right thing. He probably had Rochester mayor charged with fraud. Oh, that's awesome. Never liked her. Lovely Warren in Rochester. Yeah. Does it surprise me? No. And I'm going to tell you why. Doesn't matter if it's her or any other politician. They get into those positions of power. They think they can do whatever they want to do. And that's what a lot of times exactly what they do, Karma sucks, wishing bad on anyone. Megan Hope just said that. You're right. I'm like I said, there are people that I don't care for. Okay. I'll be honest with you. There are YouTube channels out there that I don't care for. But I will tell you this. You have never heard me ever one time come on here, and I don't bash nobody. I don't talk crap about nobody. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it because it's like I did it. Well, I don't think I ever did it on my channel. I did do it in discussions early on, way back. And then I thought about it, and I said, you know what, this isn't right. And so the person that I was doing it to, and I'm not even going to bring all that up again, who that was, and it was so long ago, but the person that I did it to, I reached out to them. And actually, we ended up having a decent relationship after that, because I looked at it and I said, this isn't right to act this way. We're a small community. We're a small knit group. We should be working together, not fighting against each other. So from that point on, I've never said anything negative about anybody's channel. I won't do it. And like I said, there's channels out there that I don't care for. You're never going to know who they are because I'm not going to tell you, because it's just my personal preference, be it the person's voice, be it the way that they present themselves, what they're presenting. It's just not my cup of tea. So what I do, if I don't care for somebody, I just don't watch their channel. It's really simple. It's amazing to me that how many people will not like somebody. Like, okay, a great example would be, and I think they have a great channel, Wrangle Star. Okay, Wrangle Star gets so much hate, it is ridiculous. Okay, if you don't like what he's doing, don't watch his channel. I personally, I like his videos. I like what he's talking about. I like his stuff. There's a lot of other channels out there that I watch that I like. It's just, everybody's different. Everybody's got a different cup of tea that they like or don't like. And, so again, if you don't like what somebody has to say, how they look, what they do, what they wear, whatever the case may be, then don't watch them. It's real simple, but it's just for whatever reason, some people can't get that into their head. And there's no reason to attack anybody either. That's just kind of my thing with that as well. Guys, we already got 1,000 people in the chat. We're at 315 on the thumbs up. I would ask you to shoot a thumbs up if you have not done so yet, to show support for the channel. And thank you for doing that ahead of time. Also, it really does help with the algorithm. So the more interaction that we have, the better it is for the channel. So I would thank you for that reason as well. And I like to see a nice number of thumbs up. So that's the other reason I like to do it as well. So thank you for that. Again, it's if you are not subscribed to the channel, I would ask you to subscribe and make sure you hit the bell icon to get all notifications as well. And thank you ahead of time for that as well. You had 6 thumbs down before you even went live. I don't get it. Well, and it's funny that North Shore Preparedness just said that. People that don't like you, they're very, very devoted. They are realistically, and this is what I find fascinating. I have a great base of subscribers. I got a very large base. You guys are awesome. That watch all the videos. I hear from a lot of you, and it's fantastic. But at the same time, you're still going to have that small group of people that are going to just hate everything that you do, and just, and like I said, 6 thumbs down before I even started the live stream. I just find it amusing that they would waste their time realistically. So, but hey, at least they're watching. So they're supporting the channel. So that doesn't make sense at all. But anyway, I want to get back on track here. Again, with the whole thing with COVID, moving forward as we get into the later fall and into winter. Okay. Now, of course, what are they pushing hugely? They're pushing the flu shot. And then once they come out with a COVID shot, they're going to push that as well, of course. Okay. I mean, that's a given. Okay. I will be taking neither one. I won't take a flu shot ever again. Haven't for a couple of years now since I retired. Have no intention of ever doing it again. Okay. I don't trust them. And when I say them, Big Pharma, I don't trust them. Okay. Their job is not to cure people. Their job is in the treatment. So the more that they can treat you, and if they can make you a lifelong customer, well then, hey, what do? They make a ton of money. And there's so many drugs out there that have been pushed out there that have had such adverse effects on people, and they knew it going in. But it was always about the bottom line and the almighty buck, which is very sad again, in my opinion, because it should not be about that. We are all human beings. And so, these things are going to affect us. Increase even more of people getting sick. I think it's going to get worse again. Hopefully we don't have a second lockdown. I think that's going to be a really adverse, really, really bad if we have a second lockdown. It's not going to do any. Like I said, guys, you got to understand. So let's talk about. So anyway, I'm going to go on to that in a second. But a second lockdown, if we have that, and if there is huge swaths of sickness through different parts of the country, especially with the manufacturing of food, canned goods, the meat packing plants, and all those type of things. If you have a ton of people that are sick and they shut those down, even temporarily, that is going to affect the distribution of food in this country hugely. And not even just food, but other things as well. You got to think about all the factories that are out there that are producing the different goods that we use. Okay. And if you have the sickness get into any one of these factories, and let's say, 50% of the people end up getting sick, they're shutting down. I'm 25%, and they're shutting down. okay, because they have to. They have to. If you decimate your workforce, who's going to do the work? Okay, so that's something to really thinking about. But with that, who's driving the trucks? Who's going to be loading the shelves at the grocery stores? I think like I said, this fall into the winter. Right now, things are getting worse as we're talking. Cases are increasing. Like I said right here a minute ago, 42,000. What's the number here? Hold on, let me just. 42,785 new cases every single day. That's not flattening the curve. When they started lifting restrictions, we've had a slow increase, of course, which was expected. Okay, excuse me. But now we're getting into fall. The weather's changing. Obviously, anybody's watched my videos can see that the weather's definitely changing up here. I have a fire going tonight. I just started it probably a half an hour before I started the stream, just to take the chill off the house. That happens, But again, looking forward, you got to be paying attention to what is going on. And I have talked about this basically from the beginning of this year, all summer. We're in, like, the numbers are starting to creep up now. Okay. Again, I would encourage you guys, your paper products, your any kind of medical supplies that you can get, cough and cold medicines, your disinfectants, anything that you look back to what things were going on in February and March. This is what I want you guys to do right now. Think about in February and March what you couldn't get your hands on, right? Vitamin C, zinc, okay? Those vitamins you were not getting. They were not available, okay? Bleach, they were wiping bleach out. Any kind of disinfectants were being wiped out. Hand sanitizer was another one, that was being, you couldn't get a hold of it. It wasn't there. There was a run on food. And so there was a great reduction of the different things that you could get as far as food even then. And, so again, if we have a second wave here, which I believe that's going to be happening, I think things are going to get really bad again. So again, toilet paper, that was a huge one, right? Nobody could get toilet paper, like, at all. Luckily for me, I mean, it's funny being a prepper, I went, okay. So, I got 120 rolls of toilet paper, so didn't affect me. You know what I mean? But again, those are things that people don't think about. They really don't. And so, and I've added to my toilet paper, paper towels, toilet paper, Kleenex. I've gotten more of them. Just because, again, will I use it eventually? Yep, I sure will. But my thought process always goes to something goes bad. What do I got? What do I have? Then I don't have to worry about it. If we go into a second lockdown, guys, and I want you guys, again, to think about these things. And that's my main goal. My main goal is to make you think. That's what I want you to do. I want you to think. Get creative on storage. Exactly. You're going to have to find places to put stuff. Absolutely. I literally, this next year, I am building an addition onto my house because I need more room for storage. I plan on having 2 rooms in the new house or the new addition strictly for storage. 2 rooms. And I'm going to load them up from ceiling down with just nothing but storage stuff. And that's part of my goal. Again, I need that room. I mean, it's like, even with all the additions and stuff that we put on this year and more storage, and it's never enough. It's never enough. So, again, get good on security. Absolutely. 80K Man says, be prepared on security. That's a very important thing as well. Right now, I'll give you a good example. Very, very difficult to get ammunition. Very difficult to get ammunition. So if you can get out there and get whatever you need to get, I would highly suggest that you do that. Stack it tall and stack it high. Get as much as you possibly can. 22 ammo, guys, is cheap, super cheap. So why don't you have 4,000 to 5,000 rounds of 22 ammo? Again, when the time comes, and this is what I'm a big believer in this, okay? I would rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. That's something to think about, okay? Because that happens constantly. People don't think about it until we have an event like February and March. And then what do people go out and buy? They buy toilet paper like crazy, so you can't even get toilet paper. And people were selling toilet paper for $5 a roll. I mean, it was crazy stuff. My ex, they were out of toilet paper. I took them some toilet paper, just because, it's unbelievable. It's just, but again, thinking ahead, planning ahead, you put yourself in a situation where you go, okay, if this happens and we get locked down, we just deal with it. I mean, it's like one of the things, and it sounds silly, but one of the things that I have in preparation for a lockdown, I got a ton of board games, all kinds of decks of cards. I like to play poker. I haven't played in a while, but I like to play poker. So, I mean, I have the chips and everything. So, I mean, I could literally sit with a couple of guys and sit around and play poker for hours and hours and hours. Very entertaining. Hey, Bruce Wells, in your opinion, when do you think we will get shut down again or need to finish preparing as we have a tight budget due to COVID? Thank you very much for the question, and thank you so much for the donation. I think a lot of it, honestly, is going to depend on this election next month. I think a lot of it is going to depend on that. If the president is reelected, I think things are still going to get bad. But again, I think we got a better, and this is my opinion. I think things would be better. If Biden gets elected, I think you're going to see a lot of people go, oh crap, Biden got elected. And they're going to be very, very concerned. Okay. And so you're going to see prepping to the umpteenth degree if Biden gets elected. That's my opinion. I think you should be prepping anyway. But again, when do I really think you'll start to see a peak of stuff? I would say December. I would say by December, when the real cold weather starts setting in, you're going to see things get really bad at that point with the virus. It's going to spike out. It's going to, and it's not even going to spike out at that point. I think it's going to really take off at that point. I think the first part of next year is going to be a nightmare. Again, this is my opinion. So again, I will encourage you, like I always do, continue to prep. Water, food, medical supplies, guns, ammunition, whatever you think that you might need to have. Water and food got to be first and second. Making sure you have proper shelter. If you have to bug out, and this is what I want you to think about, guys. If you have to bug out, depending on what time of year it is, make sure you have the right kind of tent that you can carry that's going to be lightweight, but also at the same time is going to be able to keep you comfortable and out of the weather. That's important, okay? Get those bug out bags squared away. Be ready for that. I mean, this is the time of year that, I have so much stuff in the back of my car. I got my bug out bag, but then I got all kinds of other stuff back there as well. I do that. I keep that in there year round just because you never know. If you're out on the road, something happens, then you're prepared. The ultimate goal for me as a prepper, wherever I am, if something happens, is to get back home. Okay. And as quickly as I can and as comfortably as I can. I've seen people, no lie, we live in New York State. It gets really, really cold up here. Middle of winter, wearing sneakers, shorts, a light jacket because they're just going off to wherever and they jump in the car and they go. But what happens? And I always think, what happens if you break down? You end up in a ditch. It's a blizzard. Nobody can get to you. There's so many scenarios that can happen that will ruin your day. Okay. So, I covered my squash just getting tons of flowers on them. It's funny that you say that. I have been getting a lot more flowers. I got, I'm getting more. I just picked up another zucchini yesterday, and I'm getting more flowers on some of my squash as well. Now, I have not had a freeze up here yet. Our peppers are doing fantastic. The other peppers are coming in. So, again, I'm still getting tomatoes. But some of the squash and some of the zucchini is still going. The green beans are long gone and done. Some of the other stuff is done as well, like the peas and stuff like that. They're all done. But Yep, vitamin D with the zinc. Well, I'm a big believer also in vitamin C. So vitamin D is your more winter because again, vitamin D helps. With if you're not getting enough sun, you definitely have to have vitamin D in your system. So we use that more in the wintertime. But vitamin C and zinc are the two biggest ones. I take them every single day. So I think it's important to do so. It really does help with elderberry syrup is a great thing to have on hand. Make sure if you don't know how to make it, find somebody that does and get it. That's a good thing to have. Again, keeping your immune system, guys, this is important. Keeping your immune system good, getting enough rest, making sure you're eating properly, getting a proper amount of exercise, keeping your weight at a reasonable level. If you can get your weight down, it's going to make it, your odds are going to be better. A lot of the people that have been affected with COVID have been overweight, and that's, or obese. Those are your compromised people. If you're carrying around an extra 100 pounds, and you're already having trouble breathing and stuff like that, and then you get COVID, it's going to affect you that much more. It's going to be that much more difficult to fight. And again, remember, after a lot of times, a lot of people, after they've recovered from COVID, they still are having a lot of problems, afterwards. They're not, hold on one second, guys. I just want to look at something. But they're not, they're not recovering fully. They're having long-lasting effects. They're having breathing issues, circulation issues, being wiped out, not having the energy. It's taking people a long time to get back to where they needed to be. And again, moving forward here, there's going to be disruptions in the supply chain. That is a given. I'm not making predictions. I'm not saying, yes, this is definitely, but I foresee that being a big factor in this because, again, if you have a factory and if you have 100 people in your factory and 25 come down with COVID, they're shutting that factory down, okay? But when you're talking these meat packing plants and stuff like that, you're talking a lot more than 100 people. Generally, it's around the clock. You got first shift, second shift, and third shift. So they're working constantly because supply and demand. Now, if that supply is shut off, the demand didn't go away. People are still going to want their stuff. It's just not going to be available. So now is the time to do those things, to get prepared, to get ready. Guys, let's see, what are we up to? 1.3 in the chat. We're at 580 on the thumbs up. I would ask you again if you would shoot a thumbs up to show support for the channel if you have not done so already. And thank you for doing that. I appreciate it. Also, it really does help with the algorithms. So the more interaction we have, the better it is for the channel. So thank you that way as well. And also, I like to see a large number of thumbs up. I'm not going to lie. I think it's kind of cool if we get when we got a good crowd like tonight, if we end up with over 1,000 thumbs up, I think that's kind of neat. So, let's work towards that goal. Also, guys, if you are not subscribed to the channel, I would ask you to subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon and get all notifications as well. So I wanted to talk about this really quickly while I was thinking about this, to kind of flip this subject a little bit here. Hey, Spike Spiegel. If riots start after November election, truckers won't go to major cities in fear of getting mobbed. Cities not getting supplies has trickle-down effects. Oh, absolutely. Because what happens is, if they can't get their supplies in the cities, where are they going to go? They're going to go out to suburbia. Thank you for the statement. I really do appreciate that. And thank you also for the donation. They'll go out to suburbia. They'll go out farther out to get the supplies that they need. When the whole COVID thing happened here, the county that I live in, I just looked today, we've had a grand total in my county of 208 cases total cases with 6 deaths. But yet everybody, it's just, it's not bad where I'm at. I'm just, people are pretty spread out here. So, but that's just, and a lot of those were in nursing homes, just so you know as well. But I wanted to talk about this really quickly. So the House passed a $2.2 trillion, COVID relief bill, right? Down from the $3.4 trillion that they were asking, or that they passed in May. The House or the Senate said, no, not happening. It's too much still. Okay. because they have a lot of their own little pork projects in there. We talked about the pork projects or special interest of things like that. Now, I'm sorry, okay, if you are an illegal immigrant in this country, all right, you don't get anything. Sorry, you're illegal. You don't get anything. The Democrats have in that spending bill that I think each illegal immigrant gets like $500. I'm sorry, you don't get it. You shouldn't get a handout for breaking the law. Okay, so that's kind of how I feel about that. If you come in this country the right way, and and do it like everybody else did it, how our ancestors did it, the right way, I have no problem with helping anybody that's an American citizen. Okay, but if you come in here illegally, you shouldn't be getting any help. So, but they passed that. It's not going to go anywhere. They already knew it wasn't going to go anywhere when they passed it, right? But now it's October, so what are we doing? They're all leaving. They're all on recess. Why? Why are they on recess? Well, because they have to go and campaign because November's coming. So again, who gets screwed at the end of the day? The American people. They're not going to look out for us. They're not going to help us. They don't care. And I'm talking about the politicians, okay? The politicians don't care. They're going to look out for themselves. They're going to look out for the people that got them elected, and that's who they're going to look out for. We need to be proactive and look out for ourselves. That is why, and I've been saying right along, prep, prep, prep. No, I don't do horseradish or any other spice that bites back. Oh, horseradish is awesome. Dennis up above here with Greg and Chris, he makes horseradish. And he just brought me down a jar of fresh horseradish. Woo! I like to have it with roast beef. So I like to get a roast beef sandwich and put a nice layer of horseradish on that and then a little mustard. Good to go. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That does bite you back. Ed, the following of the illegal immigration, yes, illegal or what? Oh yeah, hold on a second. Let me reread that question. Hold on a second. Those following the legal immigration, yes. Illegal, no. Exactly. Nest Prepper just said that. Exactly. You don't help people that are doing the wrong thing. Sorry. Okay. That's just kind of how I feel. And I know we have a tremendous amount of illegal aliens in the country. And they're not all Mexicans or Hispanic. So I want people to realize that too. So I'm not like talking about a certain group. You have a lot of people coming across the southern border. They get down into South America. You have a lot of Chinese, a lot of Asian folks, other than Chinese, that are coming. You have a lot of Europeans. They just are not going to wait forever and a day to get into this country. So they come in illegally. It happens all the time. So the UK be infected with infected illegals. Oh, hold on a second. I want to read that. From France, government sending them throughout the country. Wow. Yeah. I know that France was getting rid of a lot of their people and sending them over to the UK. It's a mess. It is a mess. Again, you can't help everybody. You can't help everybody. That's a reality, unfortunately. And Hondurans flocking to the border by the thousands now again. JJ just said. Well, and it's not just the Hondurans. There's a lot of people that are trying to get across. The virus down in South America has been really, really bad, especially down in Brazil. I want that. Lloyd Kirk's. I'm going to tell you what. Okay, so this mug, like I said, I absolutely love this mug. I think it's like the coolest thing. Mountain Girl sent that to me, and I have no idea where she got it. I don't know if it's got a thing on. No, there's nothing on there. I have no idea where she got it, but I saw this and I was like, oh, that is like so cool. I loved it. First time I saw it, I was like, I love this mug. So yep. So that's. But yeah, I love that mug too. So eBay. Oh, I'm sure. If you looked around and you did skeleton, mugs, I'm sure you could find out where they are. Asif just said, I foresee later this year where someone is recovering from the flu and gets COVID, a 1-2 punch, bad news for death rate. Yeah, no kidding, Asif. Absolutely. Thank you for the statement, and thank you for the donation as well. Hey, Tony Riley, you should transplant a couple of the pepper plants to the greenhouse before the frost gets them. I absolutely do plan on doing that, Tony. I've been watching the forecast. I'll be honest with you. I'm trying to get a bunch of other stuff done right now at the same time. Thank you very much for that, for saying that, and thank you for the donation as well. But I do plan on transplanting some of the pepper plants, both kinds, into 5-gallon buckets and getting them into the greenhouse. I do plan on doing that. Today, I'll tell you what today I helped my neighbor stack wood. I was going to do it tomorrow for her, but the weather today was decent, and I didn't feel like crawling under the house today. So I did go down this morning, and I picked up 2 more bats, not battens, bats of insulation. I talk about that in my earlier video. So if anybody's like, why is he saying it like that? But it was a joke. So, but anyway, I picked up 2 more bats insulation. So I had 4 bats insulation here at the house. I need a grand total, I think, of at least 8 altogether. So what I did today, I said, all right, I'm not climbing under there today. I'm not doing it today. I don't feel like it. I don't want to. So what I did do is all 4 of those bats, and there's like 8 lengths in each bat, and out of each length I can make 4 11.5-inch pieces. I cut all of them today. They are stacked in my mom and sister's place, and they're like all in one area. There's a ton of them. So they're ready to go. So I have 4 bats completely cut. So when I go tomorrow and go under the house tomorrow, because I am doing it tomorrow, I have 4 of them ready to go, and then they can just feed them to me, and then I can just pack. I will go down and get the next 2 bats tomorrow as well. And so that's going to, with having them cut today, it's going to make, it takes a long time. That's actually the most time-consuming part, is the cutting them, believe it or not. A lot of bending over and all that type of stuff. So it's just a pain. It just sucks. I'll be honest with you. The whole thing with this, with under the house, I'll be honest, the whole thing sucks. But I'll get under there. They'll just feed me. I'll get them up, and then after I get those all in, I believe I'm looking at having 4 more bats to do, and that's it, which is a great feeling, because I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna put a huge dent in it tomorrow. I'm gonna go pick up 2 more bats. I'm going to get those 4 bats in, and then I'll probably cut those next 2 bats and get them ready. And then on Sunday, I will probably I got offered to do a motorcycle run on Sunday. To support the police. I might do that. I don't know yet. I really need to get this work done. So I may not go to that just because of that. So, that's where we're at with that. So there's a lot of work to do here, and I got to get stuff done. So I really can't be playing. But I may do a ride on Sunday, like I said, and show the leaves. I do plan on doing that for you guys as well. Okay. But anyway, going back to the politicians, let's go back to the politicians here a little bit. So all the politicians are now off for October, so they can go back to their districts and campaign. Isn't that nice? I wish we all had jobs where we could, you get so much time off in the summer. You get a month off in the summer, and then you get the month in the fall where you can go off and go and do your campaigning. And I'm sure that they get a lot more time off as well. So I'm so happy that we pay them so much money to be able to basically do whatever they want to do and not take care of the American people. I have a huge issue with that. I really do. They should be taking care of their business, taking care of the American people. Here's something that I want you guys to think about as well. And this is something that I think a lot of people don't think about. So you've had, and we pay them to campaign. Yep, exactly. They're getting paid to do that. Jen A asked, how is Becca feeling? Becca's doing better. Like I said, her son is still sick. So, that's still an issue there. Her daughter is getting better. So they're just, they're dealing with that sickness right now. But, they're getting there. So, Ed, real quick, congrats to Marv Congrats to his new baby boy addition to his family. Ah, okay. Well, I knew his wife was pregnant again. So congratulations to Marv. Adam is his name, out on the West Coast, Marfugal News. So congratulations. Thank you, JJ, for that update. Yep. Awesome channel. Again, I would strongly suggest you guys go support his channel as well. He's out of Seattle. Good guy, real nice guy. He's got a young family. Now he has the 2 children, and they're young. So, but congratulations to Adam on the addition to the family, and I hope his wife is doing well as well. So that's good to hear. But let's see. Becca's kids are 2 and 6. Her daughter is 2 and her son is 6. Thank you very much, Jen A. She says, I'm glad they're feeling a little better overall. I will keep them in my thoughts and prayers. It's very kind of you. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, they named their son Jack. Very cool. Adam named his son Jack. Very nice. Hey, Adam, you said you were going to name your son Ed. No, I'm kidding, guys. I'm kidding. That'd be weird. Oh my God, that would be funny. Real quick, let's do this real quick, guys. Let's do an egg count. Okay. I know you guys have been, some of you have already putting the numbers up there. So what is your guys' guess today of the egg count? So I'll give you guys a minute to get your guesses up here. All right. So Judith.com. If you had the same guess as Judith.com with 5, then you are correct. She was literally the second person to put her guess up there, and she was right. We ended up with 5 eggs today. The chickens are definitely molting, so their egg production is way, way down, and they are, it's kind of, and Thick Neck did lay today. She didn't lay yesterday, but she did lay today. What are you going to do? It is what it is. It's that time of year. They slow down in the fall and winter. And that's my philosophy with that is they're giving their bodies that time to rest. A lot of times when it gets cold, they don't lay as often because they're preserving that energy and that for their body heat. So that is, they're good. Like I said, I like them no matter what. It just so I got Greg and Chris were like, because I'll give them like 2 dozen eggs at a shot. Here you go, and I'm like, well, we got to slow it down so you get a dozen, because they're just not laying as much. And now I got Mom and Becky here. Mom just asked me she goes, you got a dozen eggs? And I said, yeah, I'll bring you over a dozen. So I brought her a dozen today. It's just, that's how it goes. That's what we deal with. So, but yeah, their bums are cold. Yeah, so they're good chickens though. Like I said, it's that time of year. What I'm gonna definitely do when we get into the spring, I'm going to hatch out some eggs. I think that's the way I'm going to do it. I'm going to hatch some out just for fun to see how that goes, and so we'll add to the flock that way. You need to add that new blood into the flock on a regular basis. So I think that would be kind of neat. And then I'm curious to see if we do a dozen or 15 or 20 eggs and see how many hatch. Maybe we'll do, because I know each tray will hold 12. So the incubators, each tray will hold 12. So I may do both incubators, see what we get, and just kind of go from there. I think it'll just be fun. And, then we'll have some more baby chicks running around out there, and we'll be good to go. Because you're going to lose chickens. It's part of having chickens. We lost 2 chickens this year. So, that happens. Unfortunately, both of the chickens we lost were to the dogs. So, but anyway, no, I did not get rid of the new roosters yet. I have not, Bryce. I did not. No, they're still there. I'm going to have to. I know that. I'm going to have to give them away, or I'm going to have to butcher them. And that's, I don't know. When it comes to animals, I'll be honest with you. I'm a softie when it comes to animals. Now, I've hunted in the past. I have no problem with hunting. I don't have a relationship with that deer or that pheasant or that turkey. I have no relationship with them. Okay. But with my chickens, they're my pets. The babies, the one, two of them end up being roosters. I've raised them from chicks. So it would really, really be difficult for me to kill them, to be honest with you. Now, if it is an SHTF situation, they're going to freezer camp, okay? No questions asked, but it's not. And I'm not in that situation where I have to, What about a second chicken pen? Oh, my God. Yeah, that's, you're talking about, that's a lot of work, But, so anyway, so I will see about giving them away if I can. Maybe I'll put something on Facebook, couple free roosters, and see if anybody needs a rooster, and I will give them away. To a good home, hopefully, and they can have their own little flock. Here's something that I wanted to talk about too, as well. And I thought that this was really, really interesting. And I saw this report, and I've heard this from several different people. So this is not some kind of fake news type of thing. There have been a lot of cyber attacks recently, hospitals, different facilities, power companies, a lot of stuff going on where I like to call it probing. Probing is being done, okay? They're trying to see, hacking, exactly. There's a lot of that going on right now. So that is definitely something to pay attention to. I'm telling you, our grid is very, very fragile, very fragile. And you think about our reliance on power in this country is unbelievable how much we rely on power. If the power went out, it is a game changer, okay? Absolutely a game changer. Why do you need to get rid of the roosters? Andrea Schultz said, well, because right now I already have 2 adult male roosters, and if I let the other 2 roosters stay and grow to maturity, that means I have 19 hens and 4 roosters. It's too many roosters. They will wear the hens out. They will wear them out, and that you don't want to do that. And when I say wear them out, they're going to be humping the crap out of them. Okay, you don't want competition, exactly. So, that's what happens. So that's why you have to get rid of them, either, freezer camp or give them away if you can. Because of the fact that I raised them, I would have a really hard time, and like I said, Foghorn, Leghorn, and Goliath, they're the established roosters. They're the roosters that have been here, and I don't feel like replacing them. I like those roosters. They're awesome. So, so I hope that explains why you don't do that. You don't want to wear your hens out. You don't want here's the other part. You don't want to stress your hens out. When your hens are stressed out, they will not lay eggs. And if you have 4 males humping 19 females all the time, that's not good. That's too much stress on the hens. You want peace. You want them to be relaxed. When we were, the one day we were, oh my God, what were we doing? Okay, a good example. The day that we brought the building in, a lot of noise, a lot of chaos. That particular day, we did not get a lot of eggs that day because that was stressing the hens out, and that's what happens. So you want to keep it very chill, very relaxed for them, not a lot of upheaval. And so that's kind of what you want to do with your hens and your roosters. So, but our local slaughterhouse will take your animal and then do the deed and give you the meat back for a small fee. Oh, that's cool. Nothing wrong with that. I'm sure that they would do that here as well. But again, I would rather give the roosters away so they could go have a life with their own hens and go from there. That's what I would rather do. Kitty appearance, please. Okay, hold on. Hold on 1 second, guys. Come here, Mr. Man. Today is your day. Today is your day. Yes. Now, you guys haven't seen the big boy on camera in a while. It's Mr. Buddy. Hold on, buddy. Hold on. Relax. Get you in here. Say hello. He's like, leave me alone. What's going on? This cat is like the coolest cat. He was a rescue, and he got into my heart, and he's my man. He's the number one. He's half again the size of a normal cat. Here, I'm going to hold him up real quick so you guys can kind of see. I mean, he's a big, big cat, aren't you? Yes. Okay. There you go. Not happy, but he's a good cat. He's really cool. So, yeah, Buddy's my favorite. I hate to admit it, but yeah, he's my favorite. Now I'm going to tell you what, my most loyal cats are Max and Socks. Max is right here. Socks is somewhere, and I get Bella by default. Bella's over here because Heather's not home. So, yeah, I saw the look Buddy gave me. Yeah, he was, like I said, he was not happy. He was not happy. But yeah, they're but the most loyal cats that I have are Socks and Max. They are up my butt 24/7. So, you know, Buddy's pretty cool though too. He when he wants his attention, he wants his attention. So, but anyway, so, but again, FYI, I have a summer chicken pen and a winter pen. That helps with disease. I'm going to tell you what. I clean out my pen in the spring, get rid of all the crap out of the pen, change everything out, and then what I did, like, because I spend so much time outside, I really didn't have to do a lot of maintenance on the pen. What I do from this point forward, I add more layers, because that gives them extra protection. And then when they're pooping and everything on there, and the heat from that and everything, and then I just add another layer of the pine shavings that adds as an insulation for them in the wintertime. And I'm going to tell you what, the chicken coop is buttoned up tight. There are no air leaks. If I don't open the windows, there is no air getting through there. Okay. So they're very well protected. It gets cold in there, sure. It does, but they're not getting that draft, and they're not having, issues as far as predators. Luckily, I've not lost one chicken to a predator yet. So I've been very, very fortunate that way. So, yeah, like I said, guys, so the only type of attack Iran could do to our grid would be a cyber nuke. The grid is very fragile. There's no doubt. It's antiquated. It needs to be upgraded tremendously. There's, military facilities. They got their stuff pretty squared away. But if somebody went in there and crashed our grid, and we had any kind of issue trying to get it back online, it would, and if it was an extended period of time, it'd be very, very detrimental for a lot of people. A lot of people would not make it. We are so used to our creature comforts here in the U.S. It is unbelievable. Nobody's used to working hard. They're just not. They're not used to it at all. So, they have no idea what to do, how to do it. It would be bad. It would be. I'm going to tell you what. I moved off grid, started my 6th year here at the homestead full time in June. Okay, so 5.5 years basically we've been here full time. Okay. You want to talk about a learning curve? Now, I came into this with my eyes wide open. I knew that we were going to have issues. I knew it was not going to be easy. I knew it was going to be difficult. But you are never prepared to how difficult it's going to be, how much hard work is entailed. If you're not used to getting your hands dirty, or you're sweating, or that type of stuff, this isn't for you. This lifestyle is not for you, because it's a lot of work. I love it. I'll be honest with you. I absolutely love it. This year, we have accomplished so much this year at the homestead. I just got on a scale today. I'm down to 212. I mean, I've dropped 15 pounds this summer. And I know upper body wise, I'm stronger. So muscle weighs more than fat. So it's probably more than that that I've lost, because I've turned that fat into muscle. We've been busy. We've been real busy, but you know what? I enjoy it. I feel tremendous. I'm really, really lucky that way. I feel really, really good. So, again, it's just, you work hard, you get things done. It's a sense of accomplishment. That's the way I look at it. When we get a project done, like, I'm going to tell you what, as much as this sucks right now doing this insulation, when I am done with that insulation, I'm going to sit back and I'm going to sit in the lawn chair for a minute. And I'm going to drink a beer and I'm going to go, okay, that's out of the way. And then I'm going to be like, on to the next thing, because there's always something else. There's always something else you can be doing. Dennis brought more wood today, so I got more wood to split. So I'll do that. It's just, there's something always more to do. Make sure you have a backup heat and ways to cook. Oh yeah, and I'm going to tell you what. That's what I love about a wood stove. You can cook on the wood stove. All kinds of stuff, and it's going to heat your house. It's going to keep you warm in the winter when the weather gets really bad. They're like today. They had a fire going in the house over there today during the day, and I didn't have nothing going during the day. It was so freaking hot in there. It was unbelievable. Are the walls insulated? Yeah, they have their walls already are insulated over there. The walls in the chicken coop are also insulated. I insulated my chicken coop with rock wool insulation. My battery room is insulated with rock wool insulation. I won't use anything else. That's all I'm using. Is it more expensive? Yep. It's $50 a bat. That's how much it costs. It is not cheap. But I'm a big believer in you do it once, you get it done, and then you don't have to do it again. Will you build a second woodshed for Mom next spring? Probably we're going to have to. Yeah, they're going to need a woodshed of their own. So we'll probably end up having to build another woodshed. Yes. Thank you very much for the question, Asif, and thank you for the donation. Hey, Rose Jacobs. You are not kidding. I have been a homesteader my entire life. I get up at 5 a.m. and on my feet almost the entire time until 9 p.m. every day. Yeah, I mean, it is work. It is work. And the thing is, there's always, thank you very much for that statement, and thank you for the donation as well. There's always something else to do. Always. So, yeah, it never stops. It never stops. Guys, real quick, I want to talk about my website really quickly. On my website at preppernurse1.com, we have the Prepper Nurse One community there. It is a great resource for people to be able to connect with like-minded people. You do have to register, but it is very private. There is no credit card information asked, and it is totally free to you guys. We set it up for you so you can network and connect with like-minded people. If you want to just go in and read the message boards, there's a lot of great information there. If you're looking to connect with somebody in your state, somebody to talk to, somebody to try to hook up with, absolutely take advantage of that as well. But that is there for you guys, so definitely take advantage of that, okay? Also on my website, we have jdega.com. The link is down below in the description here. And also on the website at preppernurse1.com, you'll see it go by. If you click on that, it will take you to their website. Once you get to their website, if you decide you want to make an order on a CBD or hemp product, you can save yourself 15%. Don't forget to use the discount code PrepperNurse1. If you do that, you'll save yourself 15% on your purchase when you're checking out. Okay, so definitely take advantage of that as well. Also on my website, we have the Legacy freeze-dried foods. That is there for long-term food storage. It's a great option. The largest portion size of any of the freeze-dried food companies. Again, I couldn't say that if it wasn't true. They are GMO-free. It's made in the United States. It's an American company. So again, it's a good thing to have. 25-year shelf life. Definitely take advantage of that as well. Okay. So anyway, so that's just putting that out there for you guys. So definitely check that out. I'm going to ask again here. We're at 1.2 in the chat. We're at 871 on the thumbs up. Guys, if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, I would ask you to please do that to show support for the channel. And thank you ahead of time again for doing that. I do appreciate that. It really does help with the algorithms. Again, the more interaction we have, the more positive interaction, it's better for the channel. So please do that for that reason as well. And thank you. And again, I like to see a large number of thumbs up. I'm not going to lie. I think it's kind of cool when we get a whole bunch. We're off to a great count so far today. We got another 20 minutes of the stream left. So hopefully we'll be well over 1,000 on the thumbs up, which would be very, very cool. So thank you again for doing that. Again, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please make sure you subscribe. Hit that bell icon so you get all notifications as well. Okay, so now that Trump has COVID-19, there will be a bigger push for everyone to take the vaccine. You know, they can't. Okay, so let's talk about that a second. They're not going to be able to force people to take the vaccine. It's not going to happen. You're going to have a lot more people maybe say, maybe I'll take it. I'm not. I don't trust it. I don't care. I'll take my chances. I would rather have my body fight with its natural antibodies to fight any kind of sickness. I think it's important that we do get sick and that we use our own immune system to fight off those sicknesses. That's what makes us stronger. That's what makes us better. If we're taking something all the time, it weakens your immune system. You're not building up those natural antibodies that you need to build up. My sister, Margie, she just got the flu shot. And I told her, I said, "Oh, Margie, why did you do that?" She goes, "Oh, I know how you feel about the flu." She goes, "But I've done it every year." Again, that's that, in my opinion, I love Margie to death. That's that sheep mentality. That's that sheep mentality. Well, I'm going to do what I'm told. They tell me I got to have it, so I'm going to do it. That is the wrong attitude to have. It really is. Like I said, your body is designed perfectly. It's a perfect machine, your body is. And again, do I trust them for what they're putting in these vaccinations? Not in the slightest. After what they've done to my son with causing him to have autism, no, I don't trust them at all. Not 1 ounce, not at all. So why am I going to say, "Oh yeah, just go ahead and give me whatever"? I'm not doing it. Not doing it. So again, you have to make your own decisions for what you want to do with your own body. Okay. But for me personally, I will not be taking any vaccine for COVID. I will not be taking any kind of flu shot. Not going to happen. Okay. That's my own personal choice. I've been in the medical field for 30 plus years. Okay. 5 as a CNA, 27 now as a nurse. Okay. I've seen, guys, I'm telling you, I have seen way too much, and I don't trust it. So, that's how I, just putting that out there. Do you really think the COVID vaccine will be more effective than the flu shot at 10%? No. And see, here's the problem with this COVID stuff. Okay. A normal timeline on any kind of vaccination is a year and a half. And they're talking about getting this coming out, here by the winter. That's not enough time. There's no testing. There's no secondary testing to make sure that it's safe. No way. Yeah, especially not a fast track vaccine. Exactly. Rose Jacobs just said that. Yes, you missed the eggs full of hope. We had 5 eggs today. We ended up with 5 eggs today. Let's see. Each year, the flu mutates, requires a new vaccine. And the thing is, basically, when you have the flu shot every year, 10% effective rate. And somebody just said that, 10% effective rate, okay? Because they're guessing. They don't know. They have, so why am I going to take something and put bad things into my body that who knows what else they're putting in there, that has a 10% effective rate? No way. Not even close. Not going to ever do it. Yes, I'm in New York. Whoever was asking, I am in. And here's the funny thing, okay? So when people think, "Oh, you're in New York, so you're in New York City." When I do this motorcycle ride, and I'm probably going to do it Sunday with my sister, you're going to see what part of New York I live in. It is absolutely beautiful. I am out in the country. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous area. I'm very, very blessed to be where I'm at. I'm in a fantastic position as far as I'm concerned. I picked my spot very, very strategically with planning ahead for a worst case type of scenario. I live on a dead-end dirt road. Okay, so there's one way in, one way out, which is on a side road, which is off of a side road, so it's not like you can just come off this great big main road and come right down on my property. You can't. You got to go this side road, and then you take another side road, and, so here's something I wanted to bring this up because I always found this amusing, and I get it because people don't realize. So I painted my shop red. I painted my chicken coop red, and people were like, "Oh my God, I can't believe, that's not being stealth. People are going to be able to find you really, really easily." I have a great big, huge solar rack, right? If you are on the main road that is off of my road, now I'm on a dead end dirt road. If you were on that main road, you can't see my place. You don't even know I'm down here. You wouldn't know anything about it, wintertime or summertime. Okay. You'll never see it. So, that's where I'm at. Very secluded, which I like that, and so that's it's a great location. And like I said, I picked it. And here's the best part. So, and I've talked about this a couple times, and I just want to talk about it really quickly. And if ever in East Tennessee, ride the dragon. Oh, I do. I plan on riding the dragon. I definitely want to do that. So yeah, Congress should take the vaccine first. Them and the Senate, both of them, should all take the vaccine first. And then if they have no adverse effects, and then if they want to roll it out to the rest of the people, then they can. When we looked at this property, and if you go back, guys, if you haven't done so, I would definitely encourage you to do so. I got about 2,900 videos up. Go back 5-6 years. Actually, I've had the property longer than that. We've been here. We just started our 6-year full time. When we bought this property, it had the shop on here. The shop was here, and there was like 3 crappy campers as well. And what we ended up doing is we were with the real estate lady, and we looked at this place, and then there was another property down the road that we looked at as well. And Mom was with me, and I said to Mom, I go, I really like that first place. And she goes, I do too. Because what I did is I looked at this property and I said, I see the potential of what it could be. All right. And I'm going to tell you what, it was crap. It was crap. And it was a ton of work. Okay. But I'm going to tell you what, you look at it now, where we're at now, and there's still more work to do. I'm not even close to being done. But we have come such a long, long way. It is unbelievable. And the sense of accomplishment, some days I sit down and I really think about it and I go, because people, you've got different people come on and I'll be like, man, you've done so much, especially like this year. We did a lot this year. But it's just hard work. It's just, you get at it, you get things done. We got a couple of goals done last year. Like last year we did the chicken coop and we did the solar rack. This year, the first priority this year was getting in that battery room, and we got that built. Then we got the woodshed built. We got Mom and Beck's place in here. Margie ended up, again, that was not something that was on the list to get done this year. Margie's building is in here. The raised beds, that wasn't on the list this year, but it became a priority. And so we got that done this year, so it's just, and what I'm going to tell you what, when we get that all set up and get the rest of the raised beds in there, I want to do 3 more raised beds in there. That whole front is just going to look awesome. And then I'll be able to really maintain it and keep it squared away. I think it's going to be great. I really do. I think it's going to be absolutely awesome. Don't get overly tired, Ed. I take my rest. I'll be honest with you. Yeah, I know. You heard the cat scratching on the door. Hey, full of hope. Using Marv's discount code, would you not consider an EMP shield for solar at $300? There could be another Carrington event anytime now. I had an opportunity to get involved with EMP shield. I didn't do it, and I'm going to tell you why. I don't know how effective it is. I don't know enough about it. And I don't want to sit here on my channel and recommend something that I don't know enough about. That's why I didn't get involved with it. Now, I don't know how effective it is. There's a lot of people saying it's very effective, and it very may well be. But I just didn't know enough about it. And I'm not the type of person, guys. I want you to know this, okay? I'm not the type of person that's going to come on here and just try to sell something to make the almighty buck. I won't do it, okay? Hold on a second, guys. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry. I'm being called. Yes, I hear you. Come on. Okay. Bye. Come on in. Yeah, hi, boys. Come on in. All right, guys. I'm sorry. Buddy went out, and Abel and Lucy came in. So, but yeah, so anyway, that's why I haven't gotten involved with that, because I don't know enough about it. And so I won't recommend something that I don't know enough about. And that's why I didn't get involved with it. So I can't say, yes, it's great and it works. And I can't say, no, it doesn't work at all. So I'm, that's just me. Okay, so I just wanted to put that out there, and you know, Buddy will want to come in real quick. Cold out there. No, he's pretty tough. Once we really get into winter and it gets really cold, he'll still go out. Then he's not out long, you know. So Faraday cage, safest way, and store extra needs with a 12-volt system. Yeah, oh, absolutely. A Faraday cage is a great thing. If you can build a solid Faraday cage, you're going to be in a lot better shape. Lot better shape. So. All right, what are we at? 9:08 here. So let's do this real quick again, guys. I'm going to ask for another thumbs up again. I see we did hit 1,000. Let's go for 1,100 on the thumbs up. If you have not shot, I can't do a cat door, because if I do a cat door, Patty, I'll have raccoons and possums and everything else in here, and I don't want them, or skunks. So no, I don't want to share. So if you haven't shot a thumbs up yet, guys, I would ask you to do that to show support for the channel. And again, thank you for doing that. Again, it really does help with the algorithm. So let's see if we can get to 1,100 here before we sign off. That would be great if we could do that. And thank you again for that. Because like I said, with more interaction, the better rankings we get with YouTube, which is good. Also, I'd like to see a lot of thumbs up, so I'm not going to lie. And so I do appreciate we've had a great one here so far tonight, so that's awesome, and thank you for that. Again, if you are not subscribed to the channel, I would also ask you to subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well, and thank you for that as well, okay? So, but, yeah, and coyotes. Yeah, I don't want coyotes coming in either. So, yeah, that's no cat doors. I'll be the professional doorman. That's my role. That's my job with the cats anyway. They're used to that, so. Let's see. I'm sure you would welcome a skunk in the new, as a new pet. Oh my God. I'll tell you what, I've gone outside a couple times, and you know when they're around, and boy, I'll tell you what, your head's on a swivel. You're looking, where's those skunks? Because you don't want to cross them. That is a horrible, horrible thing to deal with. Tomato juice is like one of the things that can get that smell off, but it's a horrible smell, and it lingers. So, no, I want to keep the raccoons happy, go away, do what you got to do, and don't bother me. So, all right, we're going to do We Are Legion really quickly right now and get that out of the way. We are Legion because we are many. We are a huge group. We're a huge family. The Prepper Nurse One community and everybody out there, we're all over the country, all over the world. Where is everybody from tonight? We have St. Louis, Harley Homestead, London, Bradford, Minnesota, Texas, California, the UK and Scotland, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Butler, Kentucky, Chicago, Illinois, Canton, Ohio, New Zealand. We have Sacramento, Raleigh, North Carolina, BC, Canada. Let's see, Washington, Chicago, Kentucky. Let's see, Missouri and the Ozarks, Tennessee, Southwest Ontario, Canada. Let's see, Virginia, Chicago, Illinois. Spokane, Washington, very nice. South Dakota, cool. New Hampshire, Ulster County, New York. Riverside, California. Union City, Pennsylvania, the Adirondacks. What do we got? Minnesota. I like that instead of Minnesota. Tennessee, we have Savannah, New York. Gillett, Pennsylvania. Southwest Virginia. Indiana. Arizona. Nowhere, Oklahoma. Love it still. Always love that name. Savannah, Georgia, Alabama. We have Colorado, Maryland, Brookings, Oregon, Kent, Ohio. Let's see, Iowa. Let's see, Southern Oregon, very nice. Detroit, Michigan. Warren County, Pennsylvania. Maryland again. Northeast Pennsylvania. Paris, Texas. Colorado. Franklin County, Ohio. Hudson, Florida. Gatlin, Pennsylvania. We have Michigan, New Jersey, Kansas, Wyoming, Cape Cod, Long Island, New York, West Virginia, Reno, Nevada, very cool, Alabama. Let's see, Fairborn, Ohio, Brookings, Oregon again, Lake Jackson, Texas. Let's see, Quebec in Canada, very nice. Wells, Minnesota. The Prepper Nurse One community. I like that, Regina. That's a good name. That's a good place to be from. Newton, North Carolina, Southeast Georgia, Vancouver, BC, very nice. Alabama again. So again, guys, we're all over the country, all over the world. I saw New Zealand go by as well. Somewhere, Oklahoma, yep. So again, we're all over. Huge, huge family. If we work together, if we network, there will be no stopping us. We can accomplish anything that we want to accomplish. And it's amazing what can get done with doing that. So, we just got to do it. Keep at it, keep prepping, keep working towards your goals. We are in for some rough times ahead, I fear. Okay. I've been 100% right this year. Exactly what I said was going to happen has happened. Not that I am some kind of fortune teller, anything like that. I just saw it. I could see it was going to happen, and I see what's coming up and what's going to happen again. It's going to get bad. The supply chain will absolutely be disrupted. It's going to be very, very difficult to get stuff. So if you have things in place, if you are prepared, you're going to be in a lot better position than most people. Again, you got to remember, most people are not prepared for 2 weeks, let alone any kind of extended period of time. So that's something to think about, okay? Prepare. If you only have 2 weeks worth of food and water and nothing else, you have an advantage over 95% of the people in this country. Why would you not do that? Why would you not take those odds and say, hey, let me have those odds, I'll take them, okay? Again, let's see if we can't get that at 1.1 on the thumbs up. It's still showing 1,000. So again, guys, if you haven't, last chance here, see if we can get 1.1 before we sign off. If you haven't shot that thumbs up yet, I would ask you to do that again to show support for the channel. And again, it really does help with the algorithm. There we go. We got it. Awesome. 1.1. Excellent. I want to thank my moderators, guys. My mods do a fantastic job, show after show, keeping the chat clean. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen who moderate my channel. I really appreciate you. You guys do a fantastic job, and thank you so much. It means a lot to me. It really, really does, because I just want everybody to enjoy themselves, have a good time, have a good discussion, have good questions, and that's really important. And you guys are a big, big part of that. Okay, so thank you. And so on that note, this is 4 streams in a row, uninterrupted. Scary, scary. Really happy about that as well. So that's awesome. I will be live streaming again on Sunday. So definitely check me out Sunday for the next live stream, and we will go from there. Remember, guys, we are all in this together. That is important to remember. A lot of people don't think about that, but it is hugely important. We're a huge family, and we can make a difference, okay? And we're one race called the human race. Let's put aside this petty, nonsensical crap, okay, and work on working together and deal with the real issues, which is the government and big business. They control this country. The banks, pharmaceuticals, the power companies, the oil companies, that's just 4 that I can think of off the top of my head, hugely control this country. They dictate how things are going to be, okay? If we stood up and said no more, things would change. But we're too busy fighting each other, which is ridiculous. We've got to stop, okay? Remember to hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day, guys. It is so important to tell the people that you care about every day how you feel. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We do not know what's going to happen tomorrow. So to tell the people that you care about every day how you feel is so, so important. Also remember STD, step, thing, and day. It's one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you are trying to do, whatever you are trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only person that can stop you from reaching those goals is you. Nobody else can stop you. Stay positive, stay away from that negativity, and you're going to be just fine, okay? I will see you all tomorrow. I hope everybody has a great day. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.